Welcome back to Industrial Problem Solving. My name is Dave Roysum. It has been a while since we've added to this course, but I think you will find it worth the wait. Here we begin a mini-series that I'm super excited to talk about. A must-know topic for troubleshooters and trouble preventers alike. That is, traceability. In this first clip, we introduce the what, where, when, and whys of the bookkeeping of your product's provenance. Quite simply, traceability is the ability to track processes from raw materials, through production, through distribution, and finally through end use. In web handling, we will follow a tiny particle of material through the process. In any particular machine, that particle would trace a streamline from the upstream end to the downstream end. Shown here are the streamlines of several particles going through a spreader. We covered these mechanics in great detail in our award-winning and trademarked Web 101 class that has been taken by 5,000 students. By knowing the physics of the streamlines, we know how this bowed roller spreader works and how it would misbehave if not set up and applied properly. Similarly, in traceability, we will follow a particle through one or more processes to do troubleshooting. So why bother with all this bookkeeping work, you say? Well, if you are in the food or drug supply chain, you might be required to by the USDA, FDA, and other regulators. Even if not, some of your customers might require it. Even if not, however, it is still a great idea. Traceability will greatly improve the speed and reliability of troubleshooting of process troubles and customer complaints. Finally, traceability is central to continuous improvement. Traceability may involve any or all of the following areas, some of which we will cover in the next clips. First is the raw material you receive. This will certainly include chemistries and purchasing specs attached to some SKU, or grade as the paper people call them. It may even be detailed enough to trace to a particular lot or ID from your suppliers. Of course, there may be several raw materials entering your process, and each will come in with their own specs and on their own timing. Unfortunately, our process settings tend to be SKU or lot based, our machine readings and instrumentation time based, and test lab and customer complaints are almost always role based sampling. Those will be the subject of the next clip. In the clip following that, we will propose a role ID numbering system based similarly to what is used in the paper industry. We will also describe the challenges of synchronizing data sources. We will also briefly mention best practices for labeling of roles. Then we will move on to mapping of lanes within a daughter or parent role that is super important for troubleshooting. Finally, we will briefly discuss storage and shipping environments as they relate to TTP problems and diffusion. That will keep us busy. But don't worry, each mini subject will be taken in small bite-sized pieces. So, how much of this traceability bookkeeping work do you need? Well, of course, that depends on the details of your process and product circumstances. If you are in the food, drug, aviation, and other industries, a certain amount is required by law. The rest of you can look at the opportunity costs associated with waste, delay, and customer complaints. Refer to earlier clips in this critical thinking series on how to do this. Then we must consider what resources we have and what resources we might need to add. Certainly, bookkeeping will involve measurements, sensors, and databases. However, it will also require people who have certain skills such as instrumentation and statistics. Lastly, it does no good to set lofty goals if your people are too buried to take on more work. Thank you so very much for joining me in this problem solving and problem preventing process. Stay tuned for the next clip where we will talk about synchronizing data sources. If you found anything interesting or useful here, please consider supporting the work of this channel using the Patreon link below. Patreons are given special thank you gifts ranging from email help to a signed copy of my latest book, The Must-Have 500-Page Web Handling Handbook. See you next time.